What's going on, guys? It's your boy No E. Bellz is on the way, but I just want to let y'all know that we're gonna try this out with Zoom coming around, starting to become a little bit more popular with meetings and all. We used it at work today, so our guest today also suggested it. So Hot Rod Pops, what's up, man? Suggested it, so we're gonna try this out. I'm gonna flip y'all over so y'all can see. All right. Well, there you go. Say hi to the peoples. There goes Zeus.
Hello.
All right, I'm gonna turn the volume up on you so people can hear. All right. So we're waiting on the other half of Dfine Bodies, right? Cool.
She should be logging on. Let me check real quick.
All right. Yeah, Hot Rod Pops. Yeah, digital drinks for sure, man. If anything, one day let's set something up, Hot Rod, and we'll talk about what's going on with you too. The whole concept behind anybody who's seeing this is obviously this virus has been taking its toll. So we're just talking about how it's affecting our day to day. And there goes Miss Wendy.
Where's she at?
Hello.
Oh, there's Wendy.
Hello. I'm still trying to figure it out. So.
No,
Yeah.
Now my audio.
Let me see. Chat, mute, disconnect.
There it goes. I'm good.
You got all the people on your screen?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'm putting it on y'all. People don't want to see me, so it's all good. What do you got? What do you got?
Oh,
Wendy?
I got it. Same
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Cheap wine.
There.
Yep.
You know
got
what's cool?
Yeah.
Is
What?
we could play quarantine. I mean, people could cheat a lot easier.
Okay.
But we could play quarantine poker
Yeah.
on Zoom. I'm just on Zoom.
I
For
don't
all
know
you
how to play
people.
poker, guys. So
Well, there you go. You lost. No, but you got the edge
I
now too.
lost.
'Cause you don't gotta.
I get to watch. That's cool too.
No, it's funny because when you put up the bottle and this is rosé and a friend of mine, she was we were playing online, and her roommate is like, I'm drinking rose. Rose, what are you talking about, rose? And then she
What's
like,
rose?
yeah, she's like, what's rose? Turned around the bottle and it's like, bitch, that's rosé.
That's funny. I probably did the same thing. I'm not gonna lie. I probably did the same thing when I first saw it come out. What's rose?
I can't do rose. To me, it's too dry. I think I'm like Cassandra. Like I need, if I even drink one, I need to do something sweet. I mean,
Sweet. Yeah, no, I need to have like a combo. A little bit of dryness, but a little bit of sweet too. I can't do sweet.
but see, even I did a wine food class, and I dug it.
Mm-hmm.
Like combining the dry wines with I think they
Right
did cheeses or something. Yeah, it was strange because there was combining certain cheeses. I mean, certain wines with even chocolate, and oh my god, that was the best.
That's pretty
Dude, we
cool.
still gotta do that. We gotta go find a little like that Fredericksburg, the wine tasting thing. That's
Okay.
something we need to go do.
Where's
For
that
sure.
at? Fredericksburg? What area is that?
Fredericksburg is like maybe 45 minutes from Austin.
Okay.
Right about.
Okay.
Right in the
Yeah.
nearby. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's actually a well-known like wine place.
Okay.
Yes, they have wineries that just go and go and go for miles.
That's awesome.
That's
Yes.
like Wendy's happy.
Sounds like a fun trip. Sounds like my perfect trip.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Austin overall is really nice. I mean, I went with a family about a year and a half ago. We stayed the weekend. We stayed in Canyon Lake though, or that area.
That sounds familiar.
I
Yeah,
think
it's
it's my
in that
birthday.
direction. Really?
Maybe.
There you go.
I don't know. It just sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
Well, I don't know when Maribel's gonna be able to make it or not. Like I said, she said that she was gonna try to make it home. Maybe she'll hop in during this. But yeah, the whole purpose behind this that I've been doing is obviously what we're living in. The fact that we're doing this, I've actually seen that happening a lot more. Maybe y'all have too. Like a bunch of notifications popping up of people going live, like a lot more than usual. I mean, I'm sure it's
Oh, yeah.
it's craziness. But I guess anybody that's watching that doesn't know who you guys are wants to take the lead on that. Who are y'all and what do y'all do?
So we are a personal training business, Dfine Bodies, and we've been doing this for a while now. We did own our own gym at one point. We did have to let it go back this past July, I think 2019, right? It was like issues with property management. It was too much
conflict of interest too, right? With the people up top.
Yep, with another business, and it was very interesting. So we're still, going about our business. I'm still personal training. Wendy's doing online clients.
Online training.
Okay.
Right.
So it's, in essence,
just basically, I'm at another gym.
Yeah. So
I still hold. Yeah. I still do everything.
You guys.
So the business within itself still stands. We still have the facility.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're still running like under the name.
There's not a brick and mortar, but Dfine Bodies is still up and running.
Correct.
Right.
That's awesome. But real quick, Hot Rod, he's over here saying, check out the biceps. I know he's not talking about me.
I'm on right now because I was grilling, so like my blood's flowing. That's the only reason why I got anything pumping right now.
It's not the wine. That's not the reason.
No, that's the wine.
Too,
yeah.
Yeah. So it sounds like you guys almost to an extent, especially you, and you've already been doing the online thing. But have you, Cassandra, had to go to Wendy? I guess now having to do a little more online stuff.
Both of us have done online coaching. Even when we had our facility, we still offered online coaching for, people who were more on a budget or people who were out of state, out of town. And it's just easy for us to build up a network of online clients from pretty much anywhere and everywhere at any point in time. And we create their programs, their training programs, meal programs, and send them to them. We check in with them once or twice out the week. And we adjust their plans as needed. So we have been doing this pretty much since we opened up our business.
It was an option as well. It just kind of rules out the distance factor. So we had the online, we had the personal training, but we also had the online option for those people that couldn't come or just preferred to kind of keep it at a distance or whatever,
Yeah.
And it's cool because especially this thing right now, we could still provide our services and help people whichever way we need to, especially with online coaching.
Yes. Have you guys seen an increase or even a slowdown of your clients, like even though they're online? And
slowdown for sure. Personal for me personally.
Yeah, not so much with online. But
I think I had like maybe half of my clients postpone their sessions maybe 2 weeks ago. Because that's when everything started rolling and increasing, and like I don't want to say just the fear alone, but they did start telling us to quarantine and to avoid certain places. So I technically, had half my clients drop, but I'm still keeping in contact with them. I sent them all homework I do. I'm checking in with them.
Just keeping that relationship.
Right, because for the most part, the clients I do have, I've had them for 1 or 2 years already. So we're like this,
Yeah, no, and I'm sure they feel bad even thinking about having to put it on hold because obviously, that's what you do. So that's crazy.
I've definitely been apologize a lot, and I'm like, there's no need to apologize. It's affecting everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
The whole thing too. I mean, hopefully, and I'm curious with all this stuff that's passing about the small business loan, not loans, but they're supposed to be something to help
the stimulus
businesses
packages.
like you guys. Yeah, that stimulus package. I was listening to something earlier about one's not going to do it, that they're considering that, this one hasn't even dropped yet and they already know that it's not going to be enough.
Right.
Yeah.
It's scary though. Like,
I'm on the wall about it because it's like, yes, it's something that will help you right here, right now. But there's so many stipulations behind it. It's gonna bite you in the ass later on. Like if you don't do it right, if you don't, the money that they do give you, it will probably bite you in the ass later on down the line. And you just got to be careful with taking money basically from the government or really any bank, whatever. It's going to come with stipulations.
You're always going to have to pay it back somehow. And that's a scary part. Even the whole mortgage freeze and all that stuff. Like they're talking about people that rent, like there's nothing for them, but how are they supposed to pay up rent if you can't go to work?
Right. Yep. Even like the $1,200, for one person, that's really not enough. That's like one person's rent. They're living on their own in a house or apartment. It doesn't even cover any other bills that they might need.
Right.
So it's almost like that $1,200 is really worth it.
Right. No, this is a very interesting time that we're in. Like I was mentioning yesterday, it's something that we've never lived through. As we're all under what? Never mind. We're not going to say numbers. We're young enough. We've never gone through any of this, right? But like even like my mom, like even my mom, she's in her 70s, and I doubt she ever had to go through something like this. So it's worldwide. It's crazy.
Right. The only thing
to the extent.
Go ahead, Wendy. My bad.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was saying the only thing I can think of that even gets close to where, and I can't even say it's even that bad yet, is maybe the Great Depression. But that was so long ago and a different situation, and we're still lucky enough to where the economy is slow, but and people people are still trying to move, still trying to do this, and it hasn't gotten to that point yet. God forbid that it does, but that's like this closest event that I can think of that has put a standstill to the world. Like I'm just saying, like an absolute standstill for the world.
Yeah,
and even that bad yet. That was like a whole different level.
Right, and that was only here, like you said, like that was only here in the worldwide. It affected worldwide. But this is absolutely worldwide.
Right.
But I think at the end of the day, we're gonna be able to get through it and everything. But it's gonna take time and just staying safe too.
I definitely think it's maybe not to like August or maybe September that things kind of like start getting better. Getting back to normal. But even then, I think it's still going to take time to really get back to what we're used to.
Right. So are you still? You said you're still doing sessions, right, Cassandra?
I am being bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think. Well, yeah, I guess it is because it is supposed to be essential. But I guess technically you're just hanging out with them. They're just
essential.
Yeah. It's a health requirement.
Right. And it's crazy because like I was reading before all this really popped off because I have a doctor who was a client and I have also a nurse who's a client, and they were one of the ones who did postpone, but it's because their work right now is so hectic. It's blowing their mind, but they were telling me like the high risk people here in America were obese. Anyone who's obese were more likely to get it than a healthier person. And I'm not saying that. We all over here drinking. And then like the reason why I think China has so many deaths is their high risk factor was people who smoke, because it was an upper respiratory infection that was worse and worse. So that was their high risk factor, and here in America is an obesity thing. So technically, this is an essential job.
The healthier you are, the better.
You just gotta keep classes to no more than I guess with you it's 9, right?
Which
it's 10.
No, not even like
exactly.
Is like I've been doing strict private training. The only people I've been allowing like more than one was people who've already signed up as a group of 2. And then I space everyone out. And the good thing is since we have all the equipment from when we had the gym, I was able to go to storage, pick it up, put it in my garage. And we do have a big area here at the house where I can have easily 6 to 10 feet between people. If it came to like numbers and everything and you want to get technical, I can easily provide that space here. And I've just been keeping it in individual slots. And I'm wiping. I have things of what are those? The Clorox or the Lysol wipes. Clients bringing in their own sanitary stuff.
Yeah.
Right. But like they're being very conscious too. They're not taking this lightly. They're bringing their own mats, their own water bottles. They bring their own Lysol sprays, you know. So we're keeping it clean here. And luckily I've been able to keep about 6 to 7 private clients. It's steady for me. Like I can manage with 6 to 7 clients.
And I'm sure to an extent, like you're providing a sense of normal lifestyle.
Right. And then 50% are trying to run away from their kids too.
Yeah. It just helps keep you sane. You know, you're stuck at home or you can't do much. You know, to be able to get out for a little bit, 30 minutes or whatever it is, and just kind of purge your mind off of everything that's going on. It's not just the physical. It's like mentally helpful as well. You know.
Oh,
she
has a mask too.
She's prepared.
She's like, y'all
how are you? Right? She's like far away.
Yeah, but I guess in that case, you too, Maribel. I guess welcome, Bellz. Can you hear us? Hello.
Maybe she has to turn on her audio. That's what I was having issues with.
She should be able to hear us though.
She did.
You turned off your camera. Yeah, but that's insane. The whole concept of people actually parenting now, like all the memes though.
It's hilarious.
It's funny. I don't have kids, you know, and I'm just like cracking up at everything.
And it was funny because a coworker of mine, she was saying like, "Oh, you guys are insensitive and stuff," and it's not that. It's you have to take some of this stuff lighthearted, because if you sit there and think about, all right, my grandma, my mom, you know, they could possibly pass. Like if I sit there and think about that, like it's gonna ruin my day, my week, and I mean that's kind of one of the things that helps me. Like I've been taking it seriously from the get-go, but take that extra precaution. All right, as soon as I'm done dealing with somebody, if I even came within like 2-3 feet of them, you know, wash my hands, you know, before I pick up. Did y'all know? I'm sure y'all did. I have a baby girl now.
Yes, congrats. Beautiful.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah, some big cheeks.
I don't know where she got that from though. But you know, it makes me want to stay safe for my mom and for the baby. Even though I don't think it, from what I've heard, it's not really harmful, too hurtful for babies and kids. But you know, my mom takes care of her. Her mom takes care of her. I'd hate it if because of me, you know, it spread throughout the family. But it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah, even we're being careful, and like all of my clients are staying outside. They don't even come, you know, anywhere near the house or anything. You know, I'm still really diligent about using all those wipes and even cleaning the handles and doorknobs and anything that I touch too, because, you know, my grandma is still here and she could easily catch it even from me touching something and it's there, you know. So they're just, older people are just more susceptible to it, and it's a scary thought.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
I mean, kids too, you just have to be careful with anyone, you know, because I feel like it's a numbers thing. So it's going to happen enough to where a kid is going to get infected as well. So it's just, you can't put it to like, oh, well, only elderly people or, you know, you just got to think about everyone.
And even then, it's not lethal to a young person from what I've been reading and heard. Nobody comes to my house. Who's here? But what I was getting at is that it's painful. There's a friend of ours who actually had it, or they had something similar to it, and they wrote their experience, and it's like pneumonia, but just like 100 times worse. Like your chest hurts and stuff, and that's based on her account or his account. I don't know if it was a guy or girl, but it's not something that I necessarily want to go through, you know?
Right. Yeah. No one wants. First off, no one wants to get sick, and then no one wants to get sick to that magnitude. Like, if you ain't got to be sick, why would we want to be sick?
Yeah. No. And you know, it's, I guess, personal story. Like at the end of January, and given. Like all this started coming to light at the beginning of January, right? Like January 3rd was when you started hearing about it.
In February,
I came down with like a viral infection that I think I got from my daughter. Like I think she had it. You know what? I think it's the long guy. Give me one quick second. Sorry about that.
No, yes, you're good.
Right back. Leave y'all with y'all's rolling.
It's still being recorded.
I know.
Hi.
Hi. I got tinkle.
You better run while he's running.
That's okay. Oh wait.
I can hold down the fort.
I'll put my bladder to the test.
It's not as funny as the time you had me in the mall bent over because I couldn't walk because I had to pee so bad. That was
yeah. There's still videos of that.
Yeah, I know.
It's funny because when Lily's in the Zoom, you hear everything, all the little kids, you hear everything in their backgrounds, whether it's like little siblings or cats or dogs. It's just funny. Yep, that's what that reminded me of. Like, yep, there's no muting that.
So I secluded myself. I came in the game room. I locked the dog out. I locked everyone else out.
The room's not secluded.
The game room.
Oh, the game room. Oh, okay, the game room.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Where's Harley Charlie?
I locked him out too because he's a crybaby. He was outside for like the most part with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maribel's gone. She's completely gone.
She couldn't get her speaker going.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out the sound earlier either. Or I turned it off accidentally, something like that.
All right. I guess they're running late. They usually come in the morning.
Who?
Oh, long guy.
I know, like, oh, the long people.
Yeah, long guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I have a long guy. I feel.
We do too. Definitely don't push them over anymore.
We bougie like that.
They're like, here's your $40. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's funny too because a friend of mine he was saying, at the end of the day, it's not, obviously it's like, oh, you think you're too good to cut grass, and it's not that. It's obviously they chose that, and why am I going to take the money that he could have made? Like why am I going to take it away from him? If
no, you got to think about this. They make good money, and then they get paid with cash. If they hit 10 houses, $40 a day, that's 400 times 5. That's $2,000 a week. That's $8,000 a month. If I did my numbers right, did I do that right? Like that's a lot of money just to mow someone's lawn.
I think my math is horrible, so I'm gonna take your word for it. I'll let somebody else.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you're good. What you say goes.
Yeah, that's great. Perfect.
That's perfect. Yeah. No, that's right.
A lot. Right. I don't know. Like, I mean, mine is like all the maintenance stuff. I get it and having to drive the time, but still, you could probably make good money.
Like right now, I walked out and the dude, he's on one of those riding lawnmowers, the ones that they stand up on. He didn't have that when he started, and I know that is not a cheap machine.
No. You see, that's like 1 week's worth of houses.
Bam,
good to go.
Upgrade.
Yeah, and an hour and a half turns into like 15, 20 minutes. Like,
and then more energy efficient,
they get more
and then
homes.
you can sit back quicker, get more homes, more money.
Yep. Define lawns, maybe.
Hey.
There you go.
We both like the sun.
Yeah. True.
We might not be able to drive it straight, but we'll get it done.
We'll get it after a few tries.
But how's it going with y'all personally? Like, have y'all seen in like has this affected y'all like personally, like I guess within your families and stuff?
Oh man, not like in a bad way. Like I'm done with my private clients by noon, and I have so much time with my family. Like my dad was home, so we were barbecuing almost every day. We were spending time outside. We're getting stuff done around the house that needed to be done. I'm enjoying being done by noon.
Yeah.
You know,
Nice.
and just having that family time. That's like a bonus.
Yeah. I mean, the kids are bored, but you know.
Well, is there anything you're doing extra with the kids now, or?
No, just trying to keep them indoors, to be honest, not have them outside as much as they're used to. So they are bored. You know, I don't want them catching anything. They're used to playing basketball all the time outside and being around their friends. So that has drastically changed. So, but I mean, they're staying entertained.
So they, like, I said, when these kids are older, so they can kind of, you know.
So they kind of entertain themselves. They got school started this week. So that's another.
You got 2, right?
3.
Oh, okay. Man, I'm having a tough time with the one, so yeah.
Yeah, they're big, so it's a little different. I know, and I give props to all the parents of younger kids right now, because I know that's tough. Like, let's say 2nd graders, 1st graders, 3rd graders, having to do their schooling and just kind of keep them entertained at home. I know that's tough, because I went through that, and I remember when they were little. It's like they're busybodies, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure they appreciate their teachers a lot more right now. The parents do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I was cracking up because my grandma was actually the one telling me how, you know, last week everyone was like fighting for toilet paper, right? And this week, like, they saw an upsurge in like trying to buy kids' toys, kids' coloring books, just kids.
They can't keep them busy.
Right.
And it's kids stuff.
And you don't think about it that way because they're at school like, what, 8 hours?
Right.
You don't worry about it, you know. But yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah. Well, what's the plan for the next couple of weeks? Same stuff, just continuing online, or are you slow? Are you gonna continue trying to get more clients, or like for live sessions?
I've had people ask me, but my problem is like still trying to keep that barrier. Like, I'd rather my old clients come back, the ones who postpone, and work with me individually here than possible new ones. And that's just because I don't know where new people have been. I don't know if they've been sick for the past couple weeks, and really wouldn't want to risk that, you know. Even if they don't show symptoms and they went somewhere, they could very easily be asymptomatic, but still leave that, you know, germ or whatever virus here on any of the stuff, and it transfers. So I'd rather, you know, have the clients right now until everything, like, you know, finally gets back to normal. Then by all means, I need all the clients. Come on. But I'd rather the clients who I know have been here in Houston and have like really been mindful of being quarantined and stuff, that they would come back versus just new hands, new faces, you know.
Right.
You don't know.
I noticed, yeah.
What about you?
Especially having your grandma home.
Yeah. I was gonna say, what about you? As far as like, are you pursuing like more clients online, or?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always open to more clients online. Obviously, there's not like a contact when it comes to that, you know. The only thing we have, and I know you've been doing it too as well, Cass, we've had to switch over to making workouts for them to be able to do at home, whether it's with little to no weight, you know, because a lot of them do still go to the gym, whether it's online or not. So we've had to kind of switch up just like their plans and whatnot. But I mean, that's doable. And to be honest, I feel like outside or like body weight workouts might be a little more challenging. So that's a good switch up as well, you know.
Body weight stuff
away
hard.
From the weights and kind of, yes, they are, you know, so that's pretty much the changes.
I'll get sore and tired from like a body weight plyometric work, you know.
We're trying to do forever.
Let me ask you that. Like, why is that? Is it because you're using not just one muscle, like you're engaging more? Like, why do you get more of a workout with calisthenics or body weight?
You want this?
Well, I mean, I just feel like we throw more plyometrics into it and just moves that, you know, obviously don't require so much the weights, but more so your body and your heart rate to go up. So it is a little more exerting. I don't know if you want to say anything about that, but to me, I feel that's kind of part of it, you know, for the most part.
Yeah, definitely that. And you use different muscles that you realize you don't have, especially a lot with the plyometric stuff. And if you do it right, if you like do it the hit interval style, oh man, you'll get gassed so fast, and it's amazing when you shoot body. And then you think about it. Let's say like I fluctuate from 120 to 130 pounds, anywhere from there. So I'm throwing around my whole entire body weight versus if I just go and leg press maybe a couple plates, or I go and squat maybe my body weight or something like that. But it's different. You're moving your entire
completely
body
different.
Pound weight or whatever you want to think about. It's your body's heavy.
Yeah.
And if you can move your body like that, you'll get a good workout.
Oh yeah.
No, I give props to people that do that, because Frank, maybe I'm sure you have Frank Medrano.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. Calisthenics.
Yeah, like the movements that he can do is insane, and I know he's very skinny, but the way he can maneuver his body, it doesn't look like something that anybody out off the street can do. I mean,
no. Right. There's a
pull-up that he
team.
does is crazy.
Right. There's a calisthenics team that I've gone with a few times, Bar Freaks, and some of their guys can do some pretty amazing things with just their body weight on a bar. I'm like, I don't even know how they do it.
I think you post some stuff with them, right?
Yeah. Cool people, really good people too.
I guess that's another good question that I could ask is, since you guys communicate with other fitness people, like what have you seen affecting them? Very similar to you guys, or what?
Oh man, yeah, we're getting hit hard. Anyone who's ever had a gym or personal training or anything, definitely getting hit hard. Like I said, I feel very lucky to have all that equipment and to have a small private area to do this at. But I'm seeing it left and right. As soon as they announced that the gyms were closing, everyone was scrambling to find, equipment, space, whatever they can do to keep their business running. People were thinking, "Oh, I have my apartment gym. Cool, I'm gonna use that." That same night too. Apartment gyms, you can't go to them, and it's just like, what can I do at this point? So, people are finding ways. I know a couple of trainers, they are finding ways to still train the private clients that will come out to them. Most people have tried to switch to online coaching. It's hard. A lot of people are definitely out of business, and bills got to be paid, so you got to find some way to do it.
Yeah, find means to do it. Yeah. I mean, it's doable. Just got to go around and figure it out. But
go home to home if you have to. I do know a couple. It's actually not that bad right now. Like mobile, going to people's homes and stuff, because there's not so much traffic out on these roads.
Hey,
but they did that for a while.
Yeah.
But if it's on quarantine, then doing mobile training is super hard. It's horrible.
Right. Yeah. What I thought about today, because I got to go out there, because my job it's considered essential, which anyway I don't consider it. But there was a meme that shared, and it's like a dude like just serious, like upset, and it's like that felt like me. But imagine when people start going back out, like having to be in traffic again, man.
Oh yeah.
Like y'all were complaining about y'all
readjusting all over again,
And then, this is another thing that we were talking about is, everyone's being secluded right now, but it's almost like when kids go back to school or people go back to work, especially from being isolated so much, it's just going to be like the first day of school when all the freaking kids get sick again, and then all the kids bring it home, and then the whole entire family, like those first August, September, October months.
Yeah.
It's just everywhere.
So let's just give up on 2020, okay? It's over. It's not gonna be that great. Let's just acknowledge that right now, okay?
That was part of the memes that were going around. Like we were talking about, like 19 was the worst, and 2020 is my year.
Where's my refund?
January 3rd, like done. Hold my beer.
We just all go into hibernation right now.
Man,
yep.
That was a sweet story that I heard of. I think on the Buzz. That this teacher, she was driving around going to see her students. Like she was a second grade teacher, and she was like holding a sign from outside just saying hello. It was like that's a sweet story, but she's saying too, like she doesn't know if she's gonna see them again. And obviously at a second grade, what are you? You're like 6 or 7, right?
Very important years.
Right around. And
being distant so long from a teacher, obviously, I don't know how they do it. Like teachers and stuff, like especially that young, babies like that. because I'm sure they get attached. And
yeah, that and their friends too. Like that's one thing I noticed once. Like Lily was able to log in on Monday. Like she was so excited to see everyone. You know, I mean that's like their day to day, and like just like we have our routine, that's theirs. You know, so yeah. It sucks for them too, you know. So.
But it's important because that social interaction, you know, they learn how to interact in society, and you know what's good, what's bad, you know, what can you do to help someone, or when to not say anything. You know, they learn that those years, and it's really important for that social communication. Because look at it like the people who are super smart, but they don't have any social interaction during those years, even high school, college, they have no social anything when they go out into the real world, and they're only good at what exactly they went to college for, and that's it.
Right, and that makes it tough for them with any social life later on. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So like these are very important years for kids, you know, especially those young ones that they haven't been introduced to it yet, and they're about to, and now all of a sudden we have to put all that on hold and figure out a new lifestyle.
Yeah. Have let's see. So you guys are implementing the changes that you guys have done, and obviously they're gonna keep working. I guess are you guys planning if once this settles down and everything? Like, it's sad to hear. Like I didn't know that you guys had shut your brick and mortar, but is that something that's gonna come around back? Or
we've talked about it. I think we were just trying to really get back on our feet, you know, and unfortunately this is gonna be something that will prolong it even more. But we just, when we did close down, we would have loved to open up another spot, but we had just hit that 3-year mark where we evened out on everything, you know, because you don't profit your first few years, you really don't.
Right now.
So finally evened out, we had everything paid off, and all of that happened, and it's just something we had to step back, and it's okay because we learned a lot. We definitely learned, you know, what to do next time. We were talking about that earlier, and it was an experience, and as much as it sucked, I still loved it. You know, I loved having our space. You know, all of our clients that we had, they always talk about it and how much they miss it. So it's good that we were able to provide that atmosphere, and we miss it so much. you know, so we've talked.
I mean, we tried it though. You know, that's one thing. It's doing something like that. I feel, or we feel, is something that a lot of people want to do yet are not willing to, just because it's so much work, you know.
It's work and so much of a risk. I mean, to have a physical location is not an easy.
Exactly.
No,
3 years. 3 years is
glad that we were
3 years.
Even out. You know, I even have a client, and she does very well in her profession, and she's told me plenty of times that she has the utmost respect for me and Wendy just for having our own business, running it, you know, doing what we had to stay afloat, especially those first years. She's like, I would, as much as I want to start a business, I'm so scared to do it because of the risk. And it just feels good to have your own place too. You know, it's something that everyone feels comfortable at. Everyone loves the atmosphere, and it's really like a family. You know, the whole time that we were there, we never had drama.
Never.
You know,
not one bit. Not even this much.
Not between clients. Never. You know,
not with clients. Not within. Yeah, it was great. Really, but I mean, we did learn a lot. And if it was something that would pop up again, like say in the near future, at least now we would know what not to do, what to do, how to approach it. So, you know.
And we've definitely also talked about, you know, bringing in maybe 2 more other owners just to bring that overhead off of us because it was a lot. It was so much, you know, that we had just between me and Wendy. It was so much to do, having that physical location. And I'm not even talking about, you know, cleaning or maintaining the gym. I'm just everything else that came with it. And having maybe 1 or 2 more people might take that stress off of us, you know, and we
even it out a little more, you know. Yeah.
Right.
Now you're thinking additional trainers or just maybe experienced people like
partners.
Okay.
Yeah,
business partners.
Right. Yeah. Because that would take a financial burden off. That would take a schedule burden off. Because instead of us being there every single day, 5 to 10, we could rotate those days, or rotate even an evening shift and a morning shift. You know, and we'd have to split, you know, maybe more money, but that's probably a lot more worth it than like our sanity.
Yeah, and then you could potentially take on a little more work, which means more revenue and
Right.
compensate for that extra person or two.
Yeah, more brains, more ideas, everything.
People. Yeah. So
that's awesome.
It's in our mind to have another one.
It sounds like you have it in the game plan, so it's just a matter of waiting for the right time to execute.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. That's awesome.
All the little duckies in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, not like last time. Like last time, we chunked our duckies into the water.
Hey, I made it work though. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. I mean, like you said, Kaz, like the atmosphere was probably the best part. Like I feel like we made all it, and like we talked about in the last interview, like everybody was comfortable. People came in for what they were looking for, but they stayed because they found, like you say, a family. Everybody felt comfortable. Everybody was happy. There was no drama, so it was just a great atmosphere.
Yeah,
there was not that feel of like discomfort or like intimidation. Like it was just great.
Right.
So having all the duckies in a row and just having that same atmosphere, I feel will make for a great business, and that's kind of like what was there.
Yeah, absolutely. For any that kind of attitude, I think would make any business a comfortable environment.
Right.
Cool.
Yes.
I know that this thing, the Zoom deal, I know it limits us. I think we probably have about like 5 minutes left.
Okay.
Anybody that's watching, how can they find this website? I guess it did it there. Okay, for a fact, I know it's Dfine Bodies. I'm going to go ahead and turn. That was like perfect timing, man. If you want to let people know how can they come down to find you guys?
Usually social media is the easiest part. Instagram, we all have we always respond better and quicker to our private profiles. Mine's at Sour Patch Cast on Instagram, and Wendy's is at Wendy Joanna _ I believe. But basically just shoot us a message, and if you need help, especially during this quarantine time, with any type of accountability, meal plans or anything, we'll take care of it via online training or online coaching. Super simple. We work with everyone, no matter what type of goals you may have. So you just gotta reach out to us. Won't know until you ask.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Sorry how it cut off. I definitely do like it. I think I'll probably invest in it a little bit. I mean, it's a neat tool, and that way we could hey, Ms. Wendy. Sorry, Wendy. But cool. Thanks again. Thanks for taking the time. You too, Wendy. You're watching. Thank you for taking the time to sit with us and have the rosé and what are you drinking?
Stella Rosa.
Stella Rosa. That's right. the sweet stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I appreciate you guys a lot. I wish y'all nothing but the best. I know Maribel does too. But you guys are awesome. I can't wait till you guys get that physical location again. I think like you guys were one of our first interviews, and I feel so like I'm so thankful for you guys. And then also because just like you were saying, like the first experience is a huge learning deal, right?
Right.
Same thing with us. Maybe you guys have seen, but like the evolution from our first episodes, including you guys, to now, I mean, it's a complete 360. I mean, we got cameras, got lighting. We owe you guys the better interview. You guys deserve our improved interviews. So
by all means, when we can actually, maybe we can like 6 feet apart it somehow.
Yeah.
Right there in quarantine. But by all means, we'll love to do another interview with y'all. We had an amazing time. I don't know, we went through like 4 bottles that time. That was bad.
Y'all still hold the longest record. Like I swear it was like 5 hours of material that we had recorded.
Right.
I'll be honest, I probably don't remember the 3rd hour. I don't remember it because by that time we were probably close to the end of the bottle. But
right, I was toasted by the time we finished.
Hey, but you guys were all right though. Y'all have that high metabolism because y'all just work that stuff off, so y'all good. But yeah, no, I appreciate you guys, and we'll be in contact. I mean, you guys stay safe, both of y'all. y'all stay safe and continue doing what y'all doing. I know y'all doing a great service by helping people keep that normal activity going. I can't hear you. All right. I don't know what's going on, but anybody that's watching, make sure and follow them. You take care. We'll be around. Bye.